Hello and welcome to the second edition of the Social Media Forum. My name is Paul Hager, and I present the science of social media marketing.
I'm Liza Berry Kessler with PrivacyCouncil.net, and I am here to be the legal voice in social media marketing.
And I am Kyle Blades from Rebel, and I will talk about the art of social media.
So let's start out with maybe one of the more current topics, that is Google's announcement that they're going to involve real-time search in 2010, which will include indexing of, obviously, Facebook, Twitter, and a number of the other social media outlets. They're just starting to roll this out in 2010. We saw it in California, where there was apparently a small earthquake, and Google was really excited that individuals reported it on Twitter before the National Science Foundation or whatever was able to actually release the results of it. But a lot of clients asking what this is going to mean for them, and what this means for their need to be in social media or not. As well as, I think, the privacy concern of this. Everybody's been getting Facebook messages saying your Facebook is now by default open to the public, and there's a lot of confusion about whether that's true or not. Do they need to change their privacy settings or not?
And Paul, maybe you can bring us up to speed. Where does it stand right now? I know I had heard that Twitter is for sure part of it. Facebook was a maybe. They weren't really sure about LinkedIn and MySpace. Do you know where it stands as of right now?
Yeah, Twitter is definitely in. That was announced very early on. Facebook is definitely in now for those who have their privacy settings to allow search engines to view it. That's why there's no coincidence that Facebook's announcement of that came a few months before the real-time search kind of rollout. Those, I think, no one's saying nod, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, but I think there's a reason why those came to be. LinkedIn, still, I'm only seeing those who have chosen to do those public profile pages with a custom URL. Those are the only ones I'm seeing, and I'm not seeing any updates to those statuses being found yet.
Interesting. I think, kudos to Facebook for raising the issue of privacy settings so that every Facebook user has to actually at least click through that they've thought about their privacy settings in some way. There's a lot of critique out there about whether the defaults are the right defaults and whether they ever have been the right defaults. I think yesterday, Zuckerberg was quoted as saying if he was designing and launching it now, there would be no private information. It would all be public, something relatively close to that, which is obviously very troubling. But it's interesting to see how that's going to play out as people's personal information becomes so easily found in a real-time search.
Have you seen the public service announcements on TV now?
No.
Yeah, they're actually running PSAs about Facebook.
Wow.
So if you watch TV, there's a PSA that is something to the effect of, it's like it's a girl walking through a mall, and everybody keeps bumping into her going, "Hey Sarah, good picture." And then it gets progressively dirtier as the kind of discussion as she walks through different areas. And at the end it says, "Be careful what you post online. If you put it online, assume everyone in the world can see it."
That sounds like a great PSA. I'm gonna have to go look for it.
Yeah. A little bit different than the OWI ones we've been seeing for the last 2 years. 0 deaths in Wisconsin is the general goal.
Well, that's definitely a very scary thing for an individual. From a company standpoint, that can be kind of exciting then also, and getting your name out there and what you put out there can be found fairly easily.